In this video, I'm going to be exposing myself and sharing things that I probably should not be sharing. But the reason I'm doing it anyway is that I believe in being 100% honest on this channel and showing you the real me. So far in my videos, I may have given you the impression that I have it all sorted, that I'm perfect or close to perfect. So today I want to tell you that I am not perfect. I am imperfect, I am flawed, and I am a work in progress, just like you. So here are 5 of my flaws. Number 1, I do not always practice what I preach on this channel. I would say I practice it maybe 70 to 80% of the time, but not 100%. For example, I recently had made a video about not taking life too seriously. Do I take life too seriously? Yes, probably 90% of the time. Another example is that recently I had made a video about 5 tips to stop being a people pleaser. And that video may have given you the impression that I'm not a people pleaser anymore, but it's not a switch that you can just turn on or off. So sometimes my natural nature, my natural tendency to please people still comes out in the choices I make. And my biggest example of not practicing what I preach is meditation. You all know how passionate I am about meditation. Most of my videos so far have been about meditation. And myself, there are some days where I do not meditate. There are some days where I meditate for only 5 minutes or only 2 minutes a day. So my quantity of meditation or my regularity and self-discipline with regards to meditation is not where it should be. And also, when we talk about the quality of meditation, I feel that most of my sessions are 90% monkey mind. I sometimes even question my meditation and I wonder what's the point of just sitting with my eyes closed and thinking the whole time. But you'd be surprised that even with what I consider to be bad meditation, I have gained so many benefits, like my knee pain is gone and my emotional resilience is so much higher than what it used to be, that's what encourages me to keep on continuing my meditation. Very rarely do I go very deep into a meditation where I forget where I'm sitting. That has happened maybe once or twice, and I've meditated for a good 3 or 4 years. So I wanted you to know that I am not where I want to be with respect to meditation and people pleasing and not taking life too seriously and so many other things. So do not have the impression that I have it all sorted and I actually practice everything I preach. Flaw number 2. I have got comments from some viewers that you're so calm and composed, and I like to believe that 90% of the time I am calm, but you may wrongly have the impression that I am very zen and very calm the whole time. Ask my husband, ask my kids, they would probably disagree. There are times when I do flip out on them, and especially when I'm PMSing, and there are times where my emotions get the best of me and I react instead of responding. But I do try to do some self-reflection after such incidents and try to figure out how I could have responded better and how I can react in a more calm way the next time I am triggered. Flaw number 3, I am lazy. I always try to take the path of least resistance. For example, I hate ironing clothes. So what I do is when the clothes are done drying in the dryer, I try to take them out as soon as I can and then shake them and put them on hangers. And that usually takes care of 90% of the wrinkles, and beyond that, I don't care. Another example of my laziness is that I should be making healthy, homemade meals for my family every day, but I don't always do that. Sometimes I do order takeout, sometimes I feed my kids frozen meals, and sometimes I tell my kids to go hunt. Flaw number 4, I do a lot of emotional eating. When I'm bored or when I'm sad and I need a little bit of pick-me-up, I go for chocolate. Chocolate is my biggest weakness. Another related problem is that I overeat. I eat more than I need to. And looking at me, you may not agree with that, but I know that is the case. So this is something I am working on. My eventual goal is to go towards eating 2 meals a day or maybe even 1 meal a day in the future, because I know that is going to improve some of my health problems. But yes, I do emotional eating and overeating. I have a lot of work to do in the healthy eating department. Flaw number 5 is that I'm not physically fit. I mean, I'm not as physically fit as I want to be. I do have some inflammation issues, like inflammation in my joints and in my sinuses, and I know that I can fix these problems naturally by doing things such as eating less, reducing my sugar or cutting out my sugar, eating 2 meals or 1 meal a day or fasting, and also doing breathing exercises and pranayama exercises and doing more belly breathing. I know that can fix a lot of my health problems. So also I need to do more strength training. Right now what I do is I do exercise, but I exercise like an old person. So I would do walking, and it's not really speed walking or anything. It's just a stroll where I talk to my walking buddy. And I also do beginner level yoga, but I need to make my joints stronger and my body stronger in general, I need to do strength training. The only thing I do right now, workout wise, which is like a young person working out, is that about once a week I dance, and I do dance like a young person. I don't dance like an old person. So I have a lot of work to do in the eating healthy department, in the physical exercise department, in the responding over reacting department, and so on, meditating more regularly and all that. But the point of this video is that I wanted to give out the message that we are all flawed, we are all imperfect, and that is okay. There has to be a balance between self-improvement and self-acceptance or self-love. So even though I know I'm not perfect and I have all these things to do, I am also able to forgive myself and be happy with the growth I have done so far. And that's what I want you to do as well. So if you look at yourself from 1 year back or 5 years back, look at the progress you have made. Have you grown in any way? Have you learned anything? If you have, then that's great. You need to grow at your own rate. And if you haven't, then it's okay. You can start today. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, and the second best time is today. So start where you are, start today, and remember, do not compare yourself with others. Do not compare yourself with me. You need to climb your own freaking ladder. Take care and keep growing.